Hey, guys, it is Allison from Alison Answers. How the heck are you all today? We are beginning an amazing talk about some very, very simple things. One is about mistakes. Let me tell you something. I'm going to do a really, really super short podcast today because Ryan's not here with us. And we decided to do that because we want to kick some ass. So basically, I got some things I want to talk about. They're very simple. Number one is we are people who make mistakes, and people who make mistakes are people just damn human. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about any mistakes that you have made in your life. Okay. Whether they are interpersonal, whether they are mistakes that happened in your business, whether they are mistakes with family members, children, marital mistakes, things that you're ashamed of, things that were outside of your character, things that really screwed with your brain. I want you to think about a couple of things. With mistakes, I want you to turn your perspective around about mistakes and start to think of them in terms of mistakes are my education. Errors in judgment are my education. Anything that I do that's outside of the norm for me, something that I don't want to be doing is, hear me? What is it? It is an actual blessing if I allow it to be. So this is my posture with you. I want you to think about, I'm going to try and put mistakes in number form. So if it's easy just because it's like I'm putting it in context. So if your mistake is a $25,000 mistake and you want to make sure, hear what I'm telling you, make sure that that $25,000 mistake and the cost of 25 grand, you want to make sure that the education that you get from it is greater than the cost that it had on your life or whatever it was, financially, emotionally, spiritually, relationally. So what you do is you want to think about, what meaning am I attaching to this mistake? If you attach the meaning of growth to your mistake, you can never lose. Ever, 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 ever. You will never, ever lose in your life if you attach the meaning of growth, no matter what it cost you. Because whatever that cost is, if you're committed deep in your heart that no matter what that cost was, 25 grand, 100 grand, a million, a relationship, somebody's life. I mean, this is horrible. I'm even saying this, but I'm just saying you better be damn sure that the education that you got from it is bigger than the loss. Because then you can utilize the mistake. If you take the mistake and you just use it to beat the crap out of yourself and ruin your own life, there is nothing productive, because then you have accumulated not only a mistake, but then a whole bunch of crap on top of it. Very, very often people make mistakes and they feel guilty. They beat themselves up. They feel ashamed. They go inward. And then let's say it's a relational mistake. Then they feel guilty about it. So then they avoid that other person. So that there you have a severed relationship. Or they feel guilty and then they blame the other person. They find things wrong with the other person, and then they are defensive with the other person, and round and round and round it goes. When you own your mistake and you embrace it as a gift, I made this horrible, huge mistake, and it is a gift to me. This is not happening to me. This is happening for me. How has this mistake been utilized by me in order to have a better life, in order to have better relationships, in order to have more value everywhere I go? Because let me tell you something, even if it's a money mistake, it's worth it if you gained an education that made you greater than what you were before the mistake. So think of it that way. The other thing is when we have regret. Regret is a very, very painful experience to have because there's no way to change yesterday. When people are regretting, they're going back and they're looking and they're looking and they're remembering and they're rehearsing the mistake that they made or the error in judgment or whatever it is that happens. The problem with that is that it is non-productive. So you want to think about situations, good, bad, ugly, great, whatever, phenomenal, horrible, whatever these situations are in your life, that you take every one of them and you use them as a stepping stool to change your life so that you can have a good life. That's what this is about. So that you can not only have a good life, but you can grow and you can be a better person. Don't we all want to be better people? So now, Regret. I love regret. I don't love feeling it because it sucks. But if you utilize it, regret, check this shit out. Regret. If you regret something and you take that regret and you say with that regret, wow, what is that regret pointing to? Think for a minute, people. Think what regret points to. It points to your heart. It points to your value system. It points to who you are as a person. And if you're regretting speaking to someone a certain way, that tells me, if you're regretting it, that your heart does not coincide. It doesn't resonate. That doesn't feel right to you that you spoke that way. That tells me that your value system is in opposition to the error that you made. So it points you to the truth about who you are as a human being. If you are willing to see the truth about who you are as a human being, the way to do that is to be willing to see your mistakes and not to beat the crap out of yourself and say, what can I learn from this mistake? That regret shows me my value system. Now you take that regret, you take that mistake, and you use it to conform into the person that you really are inside your heart, instead of following this automated system that brought you to a place you don't want to be. Okay, so I want you to hear what we just said. Now, when you're utilizing this idea, you want to also be able to be a person who is generous with the idea that you allow other people to make mistakes, that we are all fallible, that we are human beings. The greatest change in my life that I have ever had, ever, I am telling you, this changed me when I made a decision to, when I felt someone thought I did something wrong, when someone pointed out that I did something wrong, this changed me when I was able to say, wow, thank you. You're right. I do that. That's pretty common for me. Thank you so much for pointing it out, because now I have the opportunity to learn about you and to understand how you like to be treated. But it also teaches me how to be a better person, how to be more insightful, how to look around at my environment and start to see, how are other people experiencing me? Instead of just running my shit, running everywhere and doing whatever the hell I want and talking and blah, 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 and doing my thing. Instead, I say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. How does this feel for you on the other end of me? How are you doing on the other end of me? Oh yeah, by the way, guys, let me ask you that. How are you guys doing on the other end of Alison when I'm just talking my rant and you're on the other end listening? So it would be good for me to know that, right? So leave comments and all of that stuff, but make sure they're nice, because I like nice comments and I hate mean ones. But anyhow, let's get back. Bottom line is, I'm really serious about this stuff. I'm going to recap. Okay, because this is a short little deal and I want you to take it and I want you to run with it. Bottom line is, there is no mistake too big. If you can't take that mistake and make the lesson you learn from it bigger than the mistake, then you've won. Then the people around you have won. Then you are on your way to excellence, because nothing can stop you then. If you take every circumstance in your life, whether it's regret, no matter what it is, if we live in the past and ruminate over it and rehearse it and try to figure out how we did what we did, and I wasn't like that, and how could I have possibly have done that? How on earth is that ever going to change anything? You take that and you say, that regret is a gift for me because it shows me who I really am. When I know who I really am, now I can practice being that person with my behavior. I can utilize it points to who you are and your value, and then you practice your behavior, and you practice not the behaviors that you learned that go against who you are. Get me? So now think about this. A third really, really cool tool is telling the truth. What I love about truth, I had these t-shirts made. They're so cool, and I never sold them, did anything with them. I just wear them because I think they're the coolest damn things ever. And the t-shirt says, tell the truth. And on the back it says, it is always available. And that is one thing when people say, Alison, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say to this person. I just say, go inside and tell the truth. Find your truth. What is true? What am I thinking about? And tell the truth. So if I have something that I want to say to someone and I feel nervous about it, I'll say to them, hey, you know what? I feel like I really want to tell you something, but I just feel super nervous. And I'm not sure why I feel nervous, but I just feel really super nervous to tell you. Or you know what, I really don't want to tell you because I'm so afraid you're going to be mad at me. Or, you know what, I was so anxious to talk to you and I'm not even sure why. I just really want you to like me. And I feel like if I tell you the truth about whatever's going on inside of me, you're going to think I'm batshit crazy. Just to tell the truth, because the truth, as soon as you say it, it doesn't matter if it's accepted. I want you to catch this vision. The truth is good enough. It's just damn good enough. What would be the importance of bringing something that's not true to anyone, including ourselves? So here we go. Here are the 3 points for today. Take your mistakes and make them your gift. Embrace them and understand as a human being, we have to be grateful to be in the process of learning, that every mistake is a gift. It's our education. We just have to make sure that the bigger the mistake, the greater the education. Make sure you utilize that. The next one is, if you regret anything in your life, say, thank God I regret that. Now let me take that regret and point right to my heart and my value system. Now I find my value system and my truth, and I utilize it, and I take that and I create my behavior around who I really am, what my value system really is. And here we go. Third one, tell the freaking truth. When you don't know what to do, the truth is always available. Okay. I'm ending this podcast on that note. Embrace your mistakes. Utilize your regret to find your value system and your truth. Then tell the truth. Be who you are. Now, the other thing, before we go anywhere, people, I have to ask a favor of you. I am starting a mission. I'm starting a Facebook page. It's not a page, I'm sorry. It's a group, and it's an exclusive group. It's a group that is only for women. I'm sorry, men. If this is something that works and if it's something that men want, you tell me you want it, I'll do it for you. I swear I do not mind at all. But I am doing this movement for women. This movement it's an exclusive group, and everybody's going to be vetted who comes into it. So I have questions for you when you're going to come in, because I only want women who are committed to mighty, mighty, mighty empowering change. Women who actually want to change the face of female culture in such a way. I'm not talking about being a feminist. I'm not talking about being batshit crazy. I'm not talking about being defensive and angry. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about harmony. I'm talking about women who look inside and find out the truth about who they are, and they find their excellence and they start to move in that excellence. I'm talking about women who are going to stop worrying constantly about what other people think of them, and that is a woman's lifestyle. I'm talking about changing woman speak to being direct, clear, kind, honest humans. I'm talking about women who are ready to do a daily challenge, and that's what this group is going to be about. I am delivering every single day a 3 to 5 minute video where I am going to give you an incremental, actionable step that's going to challenge you for 24 hours. The women who are allowed to come into this group, who are accepted into this group, are going to be women who are willing to each morning go to their Facebook group, listen to the video for a short time, and then commit to 24 hours of a healthy behavior that teaches women not to be codependent, that teaches women how to communicate with in a direct nature, that teaches women how to take control of their lives, but not to be pushy and arrogant, that they don't have to fight for anything, that all they have to be is who they are. It's going to be a group where the empowerment of women, and this is really honestly not even just about women. This is something that's applicable to all men, but this is just a platform that I'm using because I think women are very, 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 very addicted to approval. And we're taught from a very young age to be nice girls and to just say the right thing and do the right thing. And we're taught continuously just to not be honest. We're taught that honesty is wrong. We're taught that, how many times, women out there, have you said today, well, I feel bad? And how many times do you feel bad if you receive something? And how many times do you feel bad if you just tell the truth? And basically, this group is going to be about taking you from where you are. My belief, and I'm positive of it, is that within 1 year, this time next year, the force of good, the force of women is going to be so changed that you are going to be just so amazed at the miraculous transformation that's going to happen in your lives. So I want you to Invite your friends. It doesn't mean I'm going to take them. They have to be people who are committed. And I mean it. They have to be people who are committed to this growth. Okay, so you can invite your friends. You also can reach out to me. You have to be invited. Okay, so that's the only way to get in the group. So basically, if you want to be invited, you have to reach out to me and just give me a quick, Alison, I'd love to be invited, and just tell me why. You can message me on Instagram at Alison Answers. You can message me at Lager Counseling on Instagram. You can message me at Alison Lager, LCSWCASAC. That's my Facebook page. You can also reach out to me through email, allison@lagercounseling.org. You can also reach out to me through any of my Facebook pages, Alison Answers and Lager Counseling. What I want to tell you, though, this is it. You can have your friends reach out to me, but once you're in the group, you will be able to invite other people, but they're still going to be vetted. I want to make sure that we keep the group continually rising to a higher level. So once I'm going to give a challenge every morning, once that challenge is given, you guys are going to do that thing for the day. And then the next morning, you're going to be dropping a comment about what your experience was. You're also able to leave videos. This is going to be a group that's going to be an empowerment and a raising of the water that we're in, and everybody in the water is going to raise as we all raise. This is going to end. It's not going to end, but in spring of next year, we're going to have a retreat, and we're going to have a lineup of speakers. We're going to have a bunch of wonderful things that we're going to do together, and that's going to really bring even really just like a catapult into growth. I have never been, anybody who knows me, if you know the counseling centers that I run, if you know anything about me as a human being, I don't do shit that doesn't work. It's not what I'm about. I'm a results-driven person. So basically, I'm going to tell you very, very clearly, I'm not doing something that's not going to work. So my commitment, anybody who joins this group, to me, my vision is that you're going to be everywhere you want to be, like the highest of heights, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, that you're going to raise up to being more than you've ever been in your life. Because that is my commitment to myself in life, and it's my commitment to everybody I serve. So basically, this Facebook group, you got to understand, I'm doing it to add value. It has really nothing to do with any of the businesses that I run or anything that I'm doing. So it does in terms of just my personal vision in general. So I ask that you would also, if you could share this podcast, if you could send it around to your friends, I would really appreciate it, because I want to be able to reach as many people as I can, to give as much hope as I can, to change the perspective of people that's keeping them in mediocrity. So my people, I'm so grateful that you listened to this to the end, the people who are still here. And I appreciate that you're going to, be a part of this. And guys, listen, if you're out there, I'm not excluding you. I really do love women, because I am one. And I love to help people. But I am definitely also about helping men as well. So if there's something, if you guys, have a group of guys and you want me to do a Facebook group, the same kind of thing, I'll do it. Just reach out to me, tell me what it is you want and need. And basically, that's how we do things. That's how we do our counseling center. Bottom line is, anything in the community that pops up, we see a need, we make a way to make it work and fill that need. So listen, I want you guys to be blessed. Have a beautiful, productive, excellent day. Do not fall into mediocrity. Take every bad thing that comes to you and look at it as something that's a gift and how you can utilize it. Don't use it against yourself. Okay? We're going to take every ounce, every little drop of this life, and we're going to utilize it to make it even better life and help people everywhere you go. How can I best be of service to God and man today? That is our question. Have a bang up, shit kicking day. Bye. Love you all.